Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where Trump never said lock her up, you totally imagined that. This is Ballot.
Today, Hunter Biden's trial starts, Trump floats revisionist history, and Dr. Jill Biden gives us 2 fun stories to pad out a Monday. Let's hit this. All right, folks, grab your popcorn and strap in for the Hunter Biden gun trial extravaganza, which starts today. So the saga begins with Hunter's epic quest to purchase a firearm back in 2018. Now, any ordinary person fills out that little form checking the not a drug user box without a second thought. But not Biden Jr. He's going for the high difficulty playthrough. We've got 2 versions of this form floating around like they're vying for the final rose. One's the OG, the gun store owner emailed to the ATF. The other's the director's cut, with a fresh new line about Hunter's Delaware vehicle registration added later. Ooh, spicy. The defense is playing the hits, claiming Hunter was in total denial about his alleged drug struggles at the time. You know, just a typical case of what drug problem? As for putting Hunter himself on the stand? Well, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. One Democratic donor pal is sounding the alarm that Hunter could go full combative addict under cross-examination. Imagine the scenes. An embattled Biden lashing out, sympathy for his addiction going up in smoke faster than, well, you know. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Even if Hunter beats the gun rap, he's got a whole other tax trial spectacular coming to a Los Angeles theater near you this September. The endurance run continues. If convicted, it's anybody's guess whether Hunter gets a modest probation or ends up going to the big house for a stretch. The max is 25 years, but come on, we all know that ain't happening. Meanwhile, Trump claimed he never said, lock her up about Hillary Clinton. Come on, man. That was like his greatest hit during the 2016 campaign. It was the YMCA of political chants at his rallies. Can you imagine Trump at a concert? The crowd would start chanting, lock her up, and he'd be like, who, me? I didn't say that, you all are saying it. As the chant gets louder, he slyly nudges the people next to him. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's classic Trump. Deny saying the incredibly obvious thing he very much said and did repeatedly for years. Next, he'll claim he never called Ted Cruz Lion Ted, or called the coronavirus the Chinese virus. Might as well say he never had that tragic comb-over while we're at it. But why let facts get in the way of a good rewriting of history? Trump's doing some presidential-level gaslighting here. Though with 34 felony convictions under his belt, maybe he should pipe down until he gets his own chant under control. Lock him up, which might be chanted by a judge on July 11th if Don isn't careful. It was the spiciest event of the summer. The First Lady hitting up Festa Italiana. It's me, Jill Biden, first Italian-American FLOTUS making the rounds. Now we all know the real headliner here is the cannoli. Before hitting the stage, Jill went buck wild at that bakery stand. 24 cannoli? Mamma mia, that's enough for Nona and all her Bunko Club friends. Though I hear she took some selfies too, so maybe those were Instagram prop cannoli. Speaking of props, did you catch those 4 more years chants drowning out the pro-Palestine protesters? Talk about some Sicilian-level drama in the audience. Our Jill's a pro, though. She gave a silk-smooth, thank God for democracy shout-out that'd make old Smoothie Biden himself proud. But let's get to the good stuff. Jill waxing poetic about her Nana's chunky Sicilian curses and the intoxicating aroma of Italian bread toast. You could practically smell the marinara sauce wafting through the crowd. She had us all reminiscing about our ancestors making that odyssey through Ellis Island, too. Now, I'm no poli-sci expert, but it seemed like Jill was trying to not so subtly wrap her hubby's policy agenda up in a big ol' Italian-American value package, talking all about growing the economy to give families that bright future their ancestors chased. You sly linguini, you. All in all, it was a spicy little number from the First Lady. A few protester meatballs to dodge, some ethnic cred building, maybe an attempt at buttering up Milwaukee before the RNC rolls into town. What an absolutely fabulous and joyous surprise visit by First Lady Jill Biden to the Pittsburgh Pride Parade. You could just feel the excitement rippling through the crowd as her motorcade rolled up. I mean, talk about making an entrance. The FLOTUS, stepping out in a stunning white floral dress as the crowd went wild with cheers and selfie requests. It was like a real-life Met Gala moment, except, with less couture and more rainbows. Her speech was pitch perfect, too. Jill struck just the right tone, acknowledging the profound courage it still takes to live authentically for so many LGBTQ+ Americans, but also voicing that beautiful aspiration that one day, just being yourself won't require any bravery at all. Just love. Freely given. You had to feel for the speakers who followed, trying to match that soaring rhetoric about dignity and visibility, though they definitely get props for sharing their deeply personal stories so movingly. And can we talk about those Biden 2024 pride signs? With chants of 4 more years raining down, you'd think the campaign was already in full swing. Then again, when your surprise guest is the First Lady herself, I guess the battle for Pennsylvania is eternal. Portions of today's program were created with the help of cannoli-eating AI. They too never said lock her up. For an ad-free version of this program, check the link in the show notes, or pay a little more attention to the promo they've played for you 500 times. See you tomorrow.